Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. We are here. What's the day, man? You know, every day is weekend to me. So I'm here with my wife and kids, snuggled out here in the woods, trying to take care of my business. And boy, I wake up this morning and all of a sudden, there are bombings everywhere. None is going off, but there are bombings everywhere. And they have decided that this is much more important than 20,000 illegal aliens marching up from Mexico, from Guatemala, Central America, determined to invade America. You notice that all of a sudden there is no news on immigration, but all the news on these almost bombings, near bombings, could be bombings, all of a sudden. And no news, even Fox isn't carrying, even Fox not covering the immigration issues. Folks, right now there's an invasion going on in America. Don't think that these 20,000 migrants marching up from Guatemala is the real story about immigration. There are already thousands masking in Tijuana and Texas and trying to get to Arizona. There are thousands there already with instructions on how to get in and what to say when they get in. They're coming in hundreds a day. So in Texas, one border crossing is doing 650 per day. The mob is already there. And this big swell coming up is to push before the election. They thought it would be a great election symbol for Democrats. They thought that we would kowtower away and be silent. They thought that we were going to give up like we've always done in the past. But Trump fought back, and then we stood up. See, leadership leads. And leadership and courage encourages more courage. Boldness encourages boldness. And President Trump stood up to this, threatened the military, started rattling his own sabers, and they realized that the public was responding to Trump, so they needed a diversion. The diversion are these homemade amateur Boy Scout-looking devices, they call them a bomb, made up to be discovered, it seemed to me, and it seemed like they're only sending them out to the club. To the club. You notice that? All the little groups, they're buddies. Soros, Maxine Waters, Strotzman, the ex-head of the DNC. They're all members of the private resist deep state club. And they're all getting these devices. And now the press is talking about how mean Republicans are, knowing we're going to respond by arguing with them on that, knowing we're going to defend our president. This is all President Trump's fault, the rhetoric. And by the way, the liberals are very good at discussing the solution. We have to stop the rhetoric, which means Republicans stop criticizing. We have to stop the hate speech, which is Republicans stop speaking. They come out the same day, the next day, continue to attack us. They want us to compromise. See, what they call compromising is you giving in a little bit of what they want. They're not compromising. So all of a sudden now, all over the media, we're talking about these terrorist bombings. Who are they? What we're not talking about are the terrorists coming in with these bombs. I'm talking about that. We're distracted by small, shiny objects. Oh, another story. And liberals are very good at picking the topic. They're picking the topic. They pick Kavanaugh and rape. They will always pick the topic, and the press will pick it up. Even the conservative press will pick it up, and we're discussing this topic and that topic and that topic. And we keep saying how foolish it is. We keep saying how idiotic it is. So we will now spend another week and a half until the election talking about this until the internal polls come in, and then we'll see that we were right all along and should not have done this. The polling is showing Democrats they're losing on the issues. But the folks in real danger, this is Trump's presidency right here. The illegals coming in from Mexico is his presidency. He has said, I will send the troops to the border. Mr. President, you got to send the troops to the border. And don't send unarmed troops to the border. Don't you dare do that. A military person is not a peacekeeping force. A military presence is not Boy Scouts. We don't build roads. We don't build bridges. We don't build buildings. We tear roads down. We tear up buildings. We destroy we destroy things. Send the military there to stop this mess. Notify Mexico. We will come into Mexico and stop it. If you don't stop it, buddy, we're going to come into Mexico and stop it. We're going to push back into your border. We are going to stop this. You're not allowed to break into my home. So therefore, if you're throwing bricks at me from my neighbor's home is in danger. Don't let them dissuade you, folks. Patriots, don't let them dissuade you. Now, another note, 2 exciting things are happening. First, I finished my 6th book, The 7 Principles of Success. It's not a political book. It's a book about the resources we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about, I'm trying to get this light off of me. Shouldn't have had that light on. We're going to discuss resources available to you to become successful in your life. We're going to have to be able to discover ourselves. Facebook took me off of Facebook. I could try to get back on again, but you know what? It just doesn't feel right to me. They took me off because I didn't say the right things. I didn't speak the right way. I didn't act the way they thought I would act. It reminded me of the 1960s. Walk around this small town, people driving by calling me out of my name, calling me racial slurs. Couldn't go in a restaurant to be served. No, I fought against that. I'm not going to allow Facebook to tell me what I can and cannot say. I will simply stay off of Facebook. I've lost tens of thousands of fans. Hope you find me here on YouTube. Hope you find me on MasonWeaver.com. Hope you find me on Clarence8Mason.com. But I got these books coming out now. A whole series of books to talk about the underlying elements of liberalism. As we walk away, we have to stay away. Liberals will never, ever give up. So we must always stay diligent. These pipe bombs, this stuff is child stuff, man, child play. And you know conservatives don't do that. When we do an attack, we do it with a jet fighter and destroy the whole neighborhood. We don't throw little, we don't do that. We don't throw little tantrums. We don't look for safe spaces. And I'm telling you, folks, you're going to find this a distraction. It's nothing but distraction. So stay diligent. The real story of these 20,000 people marching up to the border. Can you imagine? Trump, you got to stop this. Before they get near our border, you and Mexico together have to stop this. And if Mexico don't stop it, they're our enemy. And I suggest that martial law along the border will help. If not, great. Now a little commercial. Folks, my main website that I never give out on social media is ClarenceAMason.com. My real name, by the way, is Clarence A. Mason. It's not Mason Weaver. Mason Weaver is my stage name. You see here I ran for Congress, Southern California, and the Secretary of State. Every election I was in allowed me to use Weaver as a stage name. John Wayne's name wasn't John Wayne. Woody Allen's name wasn't Woody Allen. I used a stage name for various reasons. My radio program, my first program was Talk Line with Clarence Mason back in 1990, 96, no, 92, 93. And I changed it to my stepfather's name, Weaver, because people were going down to the Department of Motor Vehicles with just my name on my license plate, and they would tell them where I live. And I changed my name so that people will not force me to hurt them, because they will force me and I will hurt them. So I changed my name so that they would not get that information they needed. And it's worked for years until internet came and everybody can find where you live. So I like to go back to Clarence Mason, my father's name, but I can't because I'm so well known now as Mason Weaver. So I like the Weavers. It's a good name. But my real name is Clarence Mason. So my website for business, for my speaking engagements in front of business groups, is ClarenceAMason.com. MasonWeaver.com is my political news site. It is a site for conservative Christian news. I need more contributors on that site. So if you want to volunteer to send me your articles or send me your news clippings, cut and paste and drudge, get the real news up there. You will never be censored if you're conservative. I don't want liberals. I don't like liberals. I don't even want to know them. So come on that site, ClarenceAMason.com, for my political stuff. I may put my schedule up there. I'm off of Facebook now, folks. I got a little presence on Facebook. We're going to have to find a new way to communicate. I have a new site myself on Mighty Networks under You Are To Be Free. It's my other website. I miss you guys. I want to share information with you. A lot of things are happening this election cycle. I want to be engaged. I want to be involved. But I don't think I'm going to let Facebook bully me and push me around. I don't think and even YouTube. You know, I don't make enough money on Facebook. Matter of fact, if I did, I spent all my life trying to be in a position where I do not need you to take care of me. I don't have a job. I just have income. And I'm trying to stay free. That makes you free. So join me here on YouTube. We're going to do more live videos. Tomorrow I leave for Washington, D.C. for the great march, the walkaway march. I was the original walkaway. I walked away in 1976, I guess. And so I'm going to be filming from there. I'm going to do live videos from there. I speak at the gala Friday evening. And then I'm going to speak at the march Saturday afternoon. So tune in here. They're going to be live streaming themselves. I don't have the stream information. I'll send it to you on YouTube when I have it. But I want you to tune in. We're going to have some great speeches. I may do some personal interviews with the guys going to be there. This is our first opening salvo. This is where the liberals are losing their troops. We are recruiting their troops from them. And they're going to be very, very difficult, folks. Very, very angry with us. We win this when we stop being stressful. Also, folks, we win this when we stop trying to recruit liberals who are not ready. I don't know any liberals. I don't want to know them. I don't care to know them. But if you got a question about freedom, if you got a question about conservatism, a real question, we can talk. The walkaway was not recruiting. Understand? Look at the walkaway videos. You don't see anybody saying, I had a conservative talk to me one day about my beliefs, and doggone it, he was right. And I changed. You never hear that. You hear people observing, getting enough of the nonsense, and start looking for alternatives and go for what their heart and their mind is saying, and they become conservative automatically. Then we can help them. Then we can talk to them. You cannot go and recruit. Folks, you cannot go in and argue with a fool. You cannot do that. But when they finally begin to think themselves, you better be ready to talk to them. We're ready. We have thousands of people now, tens of thousands that walked away that we know of, probably millions sitting back waiting. The Democrats are in full panic mode. The red wave is coming. They see it. They feel it. They've seen it. They've polled it. They've focus grouped it. They know. In December, we're going to slap them in the face. And in the next 2 years, we're going to continue to beat them down to dust because they hate America and we love America. And that means they're our enemies. So talk to them, but you watch the walkaway movement. Watch the fresh faces coming to us. See what's going on in the country right now. This is the place now to be excited. I've been waiting all my life for this. I've been waiting all my adult life. All my adult life I've been waiting to get a chance to talk to people that are tired of the plantation. My first book, It's Okay to Leave the Plantation. I wrote that in 96 to discuss my walkaway in 1976. To discuss my mindset. Nobody said the magic words to me. No one told me about conservatism. I was already conservative. I knew I was. You see, liberals know the truth. They know the truth, but they hate the truth. See, we love the truth. They hate the truth. When you tell them, I was speaking to someone today. I mentioned a prostitute. Don't a prostitute know that she's in a dangerous business? Don't she know that it's really harmful to her? Yes, she knows that. She's not dumb. A bank robber knows it's wrong to rob banks. That's why he put a mask on his face. You don't have to go and tell a bank robber, hey man, that's not really right. He knows that. But he rejects the truth and accepts the lie. That's what I did as a young liberal. I wanted to blame white people for my plague, my plight. I wanted to blame America for where I stood. And I started protesting and hanging around other folks that protested until the second, the minute, the instant, I started thinking. When I started thinking, I was free. It took me a little while to get to that point of leaving. Hey, folks, how you doing there? McKinney, how you doing? When I walked away, I had time to I was pretty vocal militant. So the conservatives on campus did not trust me. So I had to earn their trust. And the conservatives in town, the liberals now hated me. And the conservatives were still suspicious of me. I didn't have a walkaway movement. So from 1976 to 1991-92, I was a lone conservative, thinking nobody else was conservative but me. I had the conservative thoughts, patterns, But in 1991, 92, I forgot when it was, that George Bush nominated Clarence Thomas for Supreme Court Justice. And I sat there in my home all day, every day, and watched that proceedings. And I saw this proud, bold, educated, sophisticated black man and all of his black conservative friends stand before that camera and voice their conservative principles. And I'm thinking, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And that year, September of that year, there was a convention in Houston, Texas, when black conservatives flew in from all over the country. And we flew in that hotel, and we were so excited that at 4:30 in the morning, I got up and got dressed and went downstairs. There were 60 people already down there waiting for the 8 o'clock service program to begin. We met each other for the first time. For the first time, I learned about a woman named Star Parker, a gentleman named Walter Williams, and all these great conservatives that were there. I'm in San Diego, had a radio program. There were 13 other black radio talk show hosts that we didn't know about each other. And we began to talk and communicate. That was a great experience when black conservatives came together. This weekend, it's going to be all conservatives now. White, black, male, female, homosexual, straight. It's going to be all of us coming together in Washington, D.C. to meet each other for the first time. A new movement is happening now. And if you want to join, great. But folks, understand, this is going to change America. I've always said, once Republicans start getting 10% of the black vote, the Democrats have lost. We now got almost 40% of the black vote coming our way now, folks. America's waking up. So don't let the press depress you. Don't let them dissuade you or distract you. The story this week is not about the little pipe bombs floating around the Democrats. The story this week is not about conservatives trying to find common ground. The story is illegal immigration. Those are the new Democratic voters to replace you folks walking away. That's who they are. So fight back. Stand strong. And once again now, if you cannot fight back, if you can't go to the front line, this is going to be kind of weird in D.C. marching down that hallway, that liberal city. It's going to be weird. All of us can't do that. If you can't do that, support us that are doing it. Share this video to everyone. Subscribe to my videos. Go around the world. I've been put off of Facebook. I've lost millions of contacts on Facebook. They can have Facebook because I have God. They can keep it. So this is important. This weekend is vitally important. Support what we're doing. Go to walkawaycampaign.com, I guess it is, and on Facebook and other places, Twitter. Support what they're doing. We're going to come out there with a plan. We're not just going to have a party. We're going to plan something. We're going to work our way up to November, and after that to the 2020, and we're going to take our nation back. Pray for us. Keep us up in your prayers. Acknowledge who we are, what we're doing it for, and let's go take our country back. Subscribe to my videos, share it with everyone else, and look for my updates all during the weekend as we go and take America back, folks. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. Eternity is a long time to be wrong.